It was a grab bag.
This is our land, a land of peace and of plenty, a land of harmony and hope. This is the Science Fiction Rating System. It's 1984. It's the 100th film. It's a special event. Woo! And I am joined to celebrate this momentous fact by Chris Redding.
Hello.
Hello. And by Sam Draper.
Hello.
Can you believe we've made it to 100 films?
Not really, no.
No. It's quite shocking.
It's really good. Yeah. We had a plan and we stuck to it.
Yeah. And we got there. We got to 100. That's a healthy list. 100 films. Now, people can't be like, oh, there's only 10 films on there. There's only 30 films on there. They can be like, there's 100 films on that list, rated 1 to 100 soon.
It looks definitive. Well, not definitive, but it looks like a real thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, so we're here to rate and review, and we've picked a cheerful, celebratory film for the 100th film. But there is a reason we're doing 1984. It's because it's going to be re-released on Blu-ray, DVD, and digital download, available the 13th of August. And it's the premium collection from 20th Century Fox. Really nice packaging. I've seen.
They're still releasing stuff on Blu-ray. Is that still a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Have you got specific details about that?
Well, it's yes. It's
I've got. Has it got both soundtracks on it?
I'm not. That doesn't actually say. What I've got doesn't say. The press release I've got doesn't say, and that's an interesting thing.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get to it to go on.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But anyway, it does have a collectible slipcase and 4 collectible art cards. Nice. And they're quite nice. So you
in case your house is drab enough.
Yeah, you can pin up a picture of Big Brother and yell at him.
John Hurt getting tortured.
You want to make sure you've selected the right case slip.
Yep.
Before you display it on the shelf, I guess.
Yeah,
it's true. But anyway, so it's that's why we're doing this. That's why we're here. So 1984, directed and written by Michael Radford, who didn't do a lot of stuff after this. Did you see?
No, he was quite fed up, wasn't he? I think with the production.
Oh, was he? Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
He did Il Postino, which I think was that up for Oscars or something. I remember that film coming out, but I mean.
Oh yeah, not The Postman.
No, Il Postino.
Not the Kevin Costner.
Not an Il Postman. It's not about an Il Postman either. It's about an Italian postman.
An Italian postman.
Yeah, and obviously by the novel, from the novel by George Orwell, which I didn't read. I'm sorry, Sam. I know you said that we.
Nah.
Okay.
You wanted us to read it before we saw the film, didn't you?
Shit.
Yeah. It doesn't matter though because you've kind of read the book anyway. It was so similar.
Good. I was a bit worried about that because I did wonder if there was.
Has he got like pigs and goats and stuff in it? Pigs and sheep and.
That's Animal Farm. You're thinking, isn't it?
Well.
Yeah. the other George Orwell.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you the brief synopsis is that, and this is from the press release. In a holocaustic future world perpetually at war, where failure to conform is the ultimate crime, Winston Smith, that's John Hurt from Alien, rewrites history books and finds himself dreaming of escape from the all-seeing eyes of the authorities. He embarks on a passionate (and illegal) affair with a young woman, Susan Hamilton, but they are soon caught, and Smith undergoes a nightmarish brainwashing at the hands of the Chief Inquisitor O'Brien, Richard Burton. So there's some spoilers there, but but anyway, we'll start. I've done it in parts again. The first part is who controls the past controls the future, who controls the present controls the past, and that is the quote at the beginning of the book.
That's my motto.
We're kind of what did you think of the world that was created, Chris? Had you seen this before?
Yeah, no, I hadn't seen this before, but I'd seen the Apple advert which rips it off.
Yeah, it's funny because I'd seen that, and
Ridley Scott.
Yeah, and it does. I'm not saying that that's all you need to know, but there's quite. And a
also,
lot in that.
I'm a big fan of Brazil.
Yeah. Okay. There's quite a lot of.
Do you know they actually share sets, Brazil, in this?
It looked like they kind of did. Yeah, like was that the office room where there's lots of cubicles?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What did you think of that world, Chris? Did you
Wicked? I just love all the design of it. It's just fantastic. I love how it's proposing a future, but it's got like old TVs and telephones, and it's just fantastic.
Yeah, it's very well done, isn't it? It's very, it's out of time, isn't it? It's not really. It is the future. It feels like the future, but it's not really a kind of a future. It's kind of that horrible. You kind of recognise it, but not.
Like the cubicles, people go, "Oh, that's terrible." Like, why would you sit there like looking at that little screen with the little?
Yeah.
And it's like it's just a different colour scheme to what people actually do. Like,
well, yeah, it's not that small, that cubicle, is it? I mean, no. I've worked in places with cubicles,
but the screen is like a little screen, and they've literally just got the computer, and then they've got like I love the like messaging tube things. What's it called? Like a vacuum.
Yeah.
Yeah. A quote from the director Michael Radford.
Go on.
He gave to Den of Geek. His idea was he wanted to make a science fiction film that was made and set in 1948. So that's the idea, is that they science fiction but contemporary for when the book was written, which is why you've got all that stuff going on, isn't it? Basically,
yeah. They didn't have computers.
No, but like no, cause it's science fiction from that era, though. You know what I mean? Like it's not actual 48. It's what science fiction back then would be.
Right. Yeah, I see. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it does
their idea of the future. Yeah.
It does create that world. I mean, it's an absolutely horrible world, isn't it? It's pretty. It's depressing from the start. There's not like it's not like it
the
eases
exteriors. Do you think like all the concretey stuff and?
It must have been in England, though.
It's all London. It's
is it? Oh, is it?
I've got that written down somewhere as well.
I know they said they filmed it during the periods of the book. So isn't it April and March?
It's not strictly true, I don't think.
Oh, is that not true?
But it's around the same time.
Because it's got like a lot of reinforced concrete with like...
Yeah, so
it's quite cool.
Battersea Power Station, which you see, obviously, don't you, at one point? You see that. Beckton Gas Works in the Docklands of Newham. Cheshire Street in London's East End. Yeah, it's still London locations. Oh, except for... And it's Wiltshire, the countryside bit.
Yeah. It's as I say though, it's a pretty horrific world. I mean, there's a lot. A lot of people go on about how a lot of the stuff that he predicted in that book.
This is all true. It's all true.
It's true now, but there's some things that aren't true. So like
everyone's
that rally
on the grid.
But that rally at the beginning,
nowadays.
where they're just yelling at a giant screen. I mean, we don't have to do that, thankfully.
No, but you do if you're a Trump supporter, or you do if you go to these rallies of different things.
Yes, you do, don't you?
It's more the way I mean, this isn't the original thought, but the way I think of it is 984 is what's happened to the East. So like China and Russia to a lesser extent, they're in this dystopian nightmare, and we're in Brave New World, the Aldous Huxley book, which I don't know if you know that.
No,
but that's more about like the opiate of the masses. So like we are oppressed by culture and leisure and experience, that kind of idea.
Okay.
What I did read is, have you read a book, Sapien? Have you read that?
No.
It's a like history of humans, but the second one is Homo Deus, and that talks about what we'll do in the future, and it talks about how during the 40s, 50s, like the centralized governments, the world, they collapsed and couldn't work because they couldn't make decisions as well as like capitalist states. But actually going forwards, because technology does all the work of communication, that things like China will actually, they can build dams and bridges and we can't because we take too long to make decisions.
Yeah,
that's true in a weird way.
So it's actually flipping, like where
at the cost of like massive, personal liberty fouls, and
absolutely,
basically,
but I mean, it doesn't take any morals into the equation. It just says that there's two ways of getting things done. That's
and that works. Yeah, that way works.
Yeah,
but at what cost? Yeah.
Well, Roger Deakins shot this film, which is
he did.
He shoots all the Bonds.
It looked lovely. I mean, in a horrible way, it was very well shot. It was.
Do you know about the processing done to the film? Should we mention that now?
It's something weird, isn't it? It's just the look of it is very odd.
He wanted to film it in black and white. Radford. This is one of his major problems with the film. Two big problems. And Virgin Films, who produced it, who weren't around for very long. I had no idea Virgin had a film unit. Did you know that happened?
No.
Was this Richard Branson's?
Yeah.
Oh, right. They only did about 10 films, and this is like their. I think this is Absolute Beginners. They're the two sort of biggest things they did. Anyway, they insisted, no, you can't do it in black and white. You want to do it in black and white. They said you have to do it in colour. Mm-hmm. So he did. Where's the word? Bear with me a second. I've lost my thing. They did a technique called bleach bypass.
Right.
You heard of that, Chris?
No, I might have. Yeah, I don't know. No.
Basically, it's a they put a pass through it to basically just bleach the colour and wash out all the colours from the film, and that's why it looks almost black and white, but not quite. But it's a very distinct look, isn't it? Like it's a very,
definitely.
It works definitely.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, if
it looks super. It looks amazing.
If you haven't seen the film, kind of plot wise, isn't like it's this opening. It kind of sets up the world. You've got Winston Smith is straight from the off. He's already kind of admits that he is thought crime, isn't he? From the start, he's already rebelling. But rebelling in this sense is just having thoughts that are not what everyone else wants you to have, what the kind of ruling Big Brother party want you to have. So you see him writing his little diary, and he kind of has dreams of hillsides, and he notes down little things, and it's I did find it quite, as not reading the book or seeing this film, I found it's quite confusing at first. The world, although it's this very familiar because it's been ripped off so many times and referenced. The idea that because he's being am I right? He's being sent news articles from the past. Are they from the past, the news articles?
Yeah.
And he's editing them to make it look like everything that's positive or is related to the party, to the ruling.
The two things he's doing mainly are he's either like redacting people from history, so like when he's whiting out the guy, like when you're found to be a dissident or whatever, you are removed and replaced.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that bit with the chocolate where he's someone. See, I don't get it because it does look as though people are reporting on the fact that stuff's going down, but how would that even happen in the first place? I can't remember from the book what the case that is.
So it looked like there was a newspaper had come out saying that the choco rations are going down, but then he changed it so they're going up, and then next thing you know, his neighbours coming up to him going, "Oh, brilliant, the choco rations!" But it's just a lie. It's just a
and the idea works there is that they are aware that choco rations were $2.25, they're now $2.10, but they think it's gone up.
Yeah,
and that bit works, but the bit I wasn't quite sure is where's he getting that first report from? Where's that? Because there is no free press, is there?
No, that's what I assumed there would be.
So why rewrite that? Just write it your own way in the first place. I didn't really follow that. Yeah.
Okay, I mean it's a horrible world, and
well, it kind of illustrates, right? If you're in the system, you wouldn't be able to see like abstractly what's going on.
No,
obviously this guy does for some reason.
No, I mean it is. Although it's an extremist case, that idea of just constant reporting of information coming at them and the screens being on all the time, that is where we are at that. That is what we're in.
You think about like CNN and stuff and Trump and all the fake news things, like this is completely real. The fact that like Trump will come out and go, like I saw a thing this week about, he's being told he's racist again.
Yeah.
And they're saying, oh no, he won this award in the 80s. He won this like Freedom of the City award or something. And all the Republicans are going like, he's not racist because Rosa Parks won one of these. Right. But then someone researched it, someone looked into it, and actually all that happened was a rich estate agent in New York thought, I want to do an award, found a list of names of people he liked, and just gave him all this award. There's no racist reason for it.
That sounds like our awards.
Sort of, yeah. but the press are portraying it as, he can't be racist, he's got this award. That is this, isn't it, really? That is totally what's going on here.
Yeah. Well, moving on to part 2, I called it pro-life or the search for razor blades, because there seems to be a big obsession in this second act of people looking for razor blades, which doesn't go anywhere. I thought, is he going to try and kill himself, or is he going to slit his wrist? It's not. It just seems that razor blades are very hard.
Considering no one's got a beard in the film.
No.
So why don't they arrest anyone who's not got a beard?
Well, yeah. But
anyone who's clean shaven, don't trust them.
But I mean, in this bit, I mean, plot-wise, we see more of the proles, which are the kind of lower classes, and Winston Smith's opinion, which I think is maybe the only bit where the film slips, because it is a bit patronising what he says. He basically, doesn't he? He says, if only the lower class people would just rise up, this would all be sorted out. And that's kind of patronising, because they have no power at all, these poor people, and they're as oppressed as he is. It's kind of was the only element of it that I felt old-fashioned. This idea that it was up to him as a middle-class person to say, those poor working-class people down there, they're the ones that should sort this all out. It's just they're not intelligent enough to sort it all out.
I think you can read it, though, as a comment on his... on the it's the middle-class, like, malaise, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
the bourgeois, and the fact that even though he knows something's wrong, he still isn't going to do anything about it. He's just going to blame the lower class for it. That's
Okay. Yeah. But my question, to try and cheer up this very depressing film, which is brilliant but very depressing. What thought would you make a crime, Chris or Sam? What thought would you make a crime? See, working in the cinema that I do, the thought I would make a crime is when people come in and ask... I work in Notting Hill, so when people come in and ask where Portobello Road is, that thought, that annoys me. I'd like that thought to be a crime in people's heads, because I don't want to have to tell them again where Portobello Road is. They can find there's a giant sign pointing to it. You can go and find it yourselves, buy a guidebook. That was the thought I would make a crime. What thoughts would you make a crime?
I would make... I'd like to listen to my music on the bus, but without headphones.
Very good. Yeah, that definitely should be a thought crime. Definitely. Because that's a good one, because you're stopping them before they actually even play the music. That is a very good one, Chris. How about you, Sam?
I think mine would be, let's hear what Bono thinks.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good thought crime.
Yeah.
Who would be thinking that, though? Like TV commissioners?
Too many fucking people think that.
Well, moving into the third part, which I've actually called sex crimes, and this is kind of where we get the movement of the, because it's all up until now. Winston's been thinking crimes. He hasn't really done anything, but he kind of hooks up, doesn't he? He gets contacted in a big rally in the square, with a message saying, "I love you. Come and meet me in Victory Square," and he meets that woman. Is it Julia?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they meet and they kind of go off, don't they, on a big train ride where there's that weird Nazi youth bit where the kids are singing, which I found quite disturbing. And they go to the countryside and it's beautiful, and she rips off her clothes in slow motion, her boiler suit, and they have sex in the grass, and it seems pretty good, doesn't it? And you're like, oh...
It's probably the low point of the film, isn't it, though, I think?
It's a bit of a tacky point in the film. It's not very well handled.
No,
it felt really badly done for something that is... It just wasn't stylistically... Maybe it's very 80s, I don't know.
It felt very much like a Doctor Who episode or something, like a very very TV, BBC in the 80s.
It reminded me of the American Werewolf in England.
Oh, yeah, in London, yeah.
London,
yeah, there's similar sort of scene in that, like similar stuff going on. It just was... I think it's because it's out of genre. I think maybe, like...
Well, I thought... Because I know you want to talk about it, because this is the most obvious piece of Eurythmics, because the version I watched had the Eurythmics soundtrack.
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
Well, everyone available does, yeah.
Yeah, so it was Annie Lennox, God bless her, wailing a bit. Going like that while they made love.
Yeah.
So, as you mentioned it, Sam, I believe, are you going to tell us about the soundtrack?
Yeah, so it's quite tragic, really. So, the orchestral bit you hear at the start, I think it's called the Oceana theme or something like that. It was written by Dominic Muldowney, and he actually scored the whole film, finished the score, and everyone was very happy with it, very good. And then Virgin came in and said, no, actually, we want one of our bands to score the film. And
this was Richard Branson again.
Yeah, this is after they finished it and everything, and says, I want the Eurythmics to do it. Radford kicked off, and they said, no, tough, you can do it. But really, I think the score's awful. I mean, there's so little music, and it's repeated so often.
Well, see, this is the thing, because a part of me thought it wasn't good, but then a part of me thought, but it's very 1984, and isn't it good to have a very 80s sounding soundtrack on this film?
No,
But
because
it's the 1984 we know, not...
Yes.
Exactly, yeah. What they're portraying, like we said, a 48 version science
This should be a
fiction.
1940s soundtrack.
Exactly, yeah. And it was. Right. It's an orchestral score, the original one. But I mean, what's even weird about this? It's very strange. This obviously that score didn't come out for years. Then they released a version of it. I think it was in the late 90s or early 2000s on DVD that had the original score put back in.
Oh,
but they also removed the desaturation, so the colour's back to normal.
Oh.
So that version's available with the wrong score, the wrong colour matching going on. So that's odd.
So it must be a way of getting the right score with the right...
Well, so then they re-released it again, and I think there's an North American only Blu-ray version that's got the original colour grading, and it's got like two, it's got a commentary and then 2 tracks in between the scores.
Yeah.
Deleted I mean, I think it says here it was a limited 3,000 copy run and was deleted again.
Right.
And all the version you get now, like the streaming version I watched, has all got the original score on, which is why I was curious whether that new Blu-ray.
Well,
has
yeah.
got
See, the
both.
thing is, I did watch the Blu-ray, but I had a check disc, and sometimes the check discs are stripped down, so I'm not sure if the check disc I got had everything on it. So you would have to check in your HMV or when it comes out. Check it. Like I say, it's it should be out now. 13th of August.
Saying check.
It'd be out by now.
I'd be interested to see it with the other score because I think that was it did really like jar with me. I didn't like it at all.
And it's for me. I kept thinking they were going to play the actual songs that I know, like the Sex Crimes one. I thought that would come...
Julia as well. But it's in the credits, isn't it, Julia?
Yeah, I thought they would come up, and it kind of... I kept thinking, no, it's not come up. But,
I mean, it's better for the fact there isn't like sex crime middle of it. That'd be even worse, wouldn't it, if that started playing?
That's true. That's true. So Winston's happy at this point. He's having sex. He's rented a room for $4 a week above a weird junk shop. And Julia's turning up. She's got some real bread, some real sugar, some real jam, some real coffee. They're living out, really. It's a pretty
living the dream.
Yeah, it's a pretty good life at this point. And this is when we introduce the character of O'Brien, which is Richard Burton. And it was Richard Burton's last film, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. He was dead before it came out.
Yeah, which is very sad. And I read as well they were a bit worried about casting him, which I find kind of shocking because he's such a good actor.
It was who was it? It was somebody else, wasn't it? I think they filmed a bit with him as well. Oh God, I've lost my note. Come back to me.
Yeah,
I'll tell you.
The fact I have got about him is that the director said that Richard Burton insisted that his wardrobe be created by Savile Row tailors, despite that his character wears a boiler suit all times, like everyone else wears a boiler suit.
It's got very nice appointed boiler suit. It's got.
It's true. Yeah,
It's double-breasted. It's got pockets both sides. A nice
interior,
flappy collar.
It's probably like fur lined on the inside.
I can see it's like one of them King Jong-un type. You could wear that. You could wear that for anything. Like after this,
it's a good boiler suit.
It was Paul Schofield, who I don't know, who originally played the part, but he broke his leg filming something else, and they considered Anthony Hopkins, Sean Connery, and Rod Steiger before.
I'm glad it wasn't Sean Connery.
Yeah, how would that work? Yeah, it'd be awful, wouldn't it?
God. Well, they settled on the right person because I think he was brilliant in this.
He's magnificent. Yeah, he's so good.
And at this point in the film, you're really not sure what's going on because he seems quite nice. You think, are they going to like initiate Winston into the upper party? Do you think he's like, is he being groomed to kind of go from middle to upper class? You don't really know what's going on, do you? It's kind of a bit of a... and Winston has those weird dreams about his mum being covered in rats, which is horrible. And basically the kind of crux of this is that he goes and sees O'Brien in the big parliamentary room, and I think it's one of the best bits in the film is when the screen's on and Richard Burton turns the screen off and John Hurt's face, and he just goes, "You can turn them off." And it's just like, yeah, we're allowed to. And just like, it's just so brilliant because you kind of haven't noticed, but the screens are on all the time and they're huge, aren't they? And it is really oppressive. Like, and it reminded me, I mean, obviously he ripped off, but there's that the Black Mirror episode, one of the worst ones, where the guy's in a room full of screens. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, there's one where he's in a room, but the room is screens, and you can't turn them off. And like you have to pay money to turn them off. It was obviously based on this, but yeah, I just loved that bit.
I think the clever bit about that as well is how it's shot in a way that the room does instantly feel bigger, doesn't it? I don't know if they do like pan the camera out of her or something, but you instantly you feel the oppressiveness go away, don't you, on that shot? I think it's really clever how they make you feel that, yeah.
And you kind of as well, so basically, Burton, he talks about the resistance, doesn't he? And you're a bit like, is this film gonna turn around? Is he gonna join the resistance? And is it all gonna be okay?
I didn't think that.
No, I know you did. Did you think that, Chris? Did you think maybe? No, you thought it was bad. You knew it was gonna get bad or worse.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna get bad.
Okay, well. Yeah. Sorry to say.
People don't talk about this film because it all goes.
Did you both know, like, though, what was going to happen, like in terms of how it goes bad?
I knew about the Room 101 thing because I remember, I remember my dad had read this book and I remember him telling me about the concept of Room 101. So I knew it couldn't be a good ending. How about you, Chris?
No, I didn't know anything, but I knew it was going to be a bad ending.
Yeah.
So. if you're listening,
just briefly, just because I'm an idiot, what is proposed to have happened in like the intervening years between the 40s and now?
There's an atomic war that happens, and everyone gets blown up, and there's a lot of like civil war and stuff like that, and it basically
Who wins the Second World War?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's a different war. Basically, it ends up with three superpowers, which are Oceania. What are they?
Westasia.
Three, and basically, like we are in with America. That's us.
Yeah.
And then you've got like the East, and then you've got like Russia and Europe in the middle.
Right. Okay.
And I don't think it's explained in the book, but I think the idea is basically that all three are ruled over by similar sort of totalitarian states, and so because they've realised that the way to oppress people is to keep the war constant. So there is actually a war going on, and there really is this sort of interfighting, but they've kind of agreed within themselves that to keep the 2% rich, we will keep this going on. But I mean, I don't know how much of that is. Because, I mean, it all comes out. You know when he gets the book, Goldstein's book?
Yes, which is at this stage. So O'Brien gives it to him and you think, oh, he's a goodie, it's all okay. No.
Yeah, so in the book, just before this change happens in the book, you basically read a lot of that book and explains all this to you.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I don't know how much of that is actually true in world or whatever, but that's the reason they're giving away for it.
I mean, what I think is so good is that it's obviously taking what George Orwell took, is the stuff from the kind of extreme left kind of communism, but obviously from the extreme right as well. And he's kind of put it both together. It's not that it's just one thing. It's not like...
And also they're called the Socialist Party, and of course he's a famous socialist. It's quite brave of him to like... put everyone up for...
Yeah, it's everyone. Exactly. That's why it's so powerful. It's not, aren't Nazis bad or aren't communists bad? It's look, anything like this is bad because it leads to these disturbing, horrible... Yeah. Well, at this point in the film, basically, Winston gets captured.
Some clothes on.
Juliet, they're naked. They're having sex. They get captured.
There's a lot.
Well, at this point, I'm just saying that this film's going to get a lot worse. So I thought,
a lot of topiary.
Should we pause here and have a quiz?
Yeah.
Just before the film gets a lot worse.
Put on some upbeat quiz music here, Sam.
Yeah.
Like Price is Right.
I'll find something.
Right. So what I've done, the quiz is nothing to do with 1984. I've done a quiz about us because we're at the 100th episode. Right?
Oh, wow.
Cool. Okay. So it's called the SFRS quiz, Who Said That About What?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll give you both. I think we should go like 1 and 1, yeah?
Okay.
So I'll give the first one I give you each should be easy enough for you to get the concept, and you should just get these ones, okay?
Okay.
So Chris, this is your first one, okay? I'll read the quote. You need to say who said it out of me, you, or Sam, and what film they were saying.
Right, okay.
Okay, I would say I've got what episode it is, but that seems unfair because I think Sam would win that because he probably remembers.
Don't do that.
I don't know episodes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you'll get this one. Are you ready? I can do it in the voice if you want as a second.
Give it away.
A second reading. Okay, so this is it. You ready? So this is Chris. You two are a fucking joke. I can't believe this. Who said that about what film?
I would say that's you.
Yes, it is me. About
2001.
Thank you. So right, so you get the quiz, okay?
Yes,
okay?
I get it.
Yeah, I like it.
So here's
I realised you said that.
Yeah. Yes, I said that. I took exactly. I
Have you got transcripts of every single episode?
Well, not every episode. I just listened to. I picked ones I thought would have a good quote in. Okay, so here's Sam's one. I do hate children, but I like Harrison Ford, and even he couldn't save this for me.
Well, that's probably me.
Yes. About what?
I'm going to guess Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, it was about Ender's Game.
There's no kids in that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's 1-0 to Chris. Okay.
I've kind of like wiped that from my memory, that film.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Right. So now hopefully it should get a bit harder.
Bit hard. Okay.
Not much harder. Okay, Chris. It was so unaware of how ridiculous it was, it did play like a purposeful parody. Who said that about what film?
There was it's a nice rounded sentence, nice bit of alliteration there. I would say someone quite learned. I'd say you, Alex.
Right, do you know what film?
Can I have it again?
It was so unaware of how ridiculous it was, it did play like a purposeful parody.
I would say the dinosaur one. What was it? Theodore Rex.
Theodore Rex.
Do you want to try and steal, Sam?
I think I said it.
You did say it.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
And
so you get 1 point for knowing the person, but another point for the film. So Chris has got 2 points
them,
already.
maybe?
It's about Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2-1 to Chris at the moment. Okay, right, this is yours, Sam.
Yeah.
They've built these new space shuttles at vast expense. It literally will be the end of the world if anything goes wrong. They're untested, they're unlaunched, and they decided to launch 2 of them right next to each other.
I think that's Chris.
It is, yes, it's Chris.
It sounds like a Chris sentence.
It's a good point.
It's a very good point. And what film is it about, though?
Launch them next to each other.
Do you want it again? I can read again.
Go on, give me it again, yeah.
They've built these new space shuttles at vast expense. It will literally be the end of the world if anything goes wrong. They're untested, they're unlaunched, and they decide to launch 2 of them right next to each other.
Can't think what that is.
That's easy, Sam.
Is it? I don't know. Star Trek 3.
You want to steal, Chris?
Yeah, it's Armageddon.
It is Armageddon. Well done. Yep, well done. Okay, Chris. And it looked like it's made by a 4-year-old.
I'd say that's me.
It is you. About
Star
what?
Trek, the motion picture.
Oh, half the word is right. That was about Star Crash. Do you
was it?
remember
Okay.
the giant thing on the beach that walks towards them?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right, Sam. This is for you. I also liked how it was set in this weird world where governments had given up on having any kind of disaster management.
I think that's you.
Yes, it is me. See, it's quite
I
cryptic.
I just can't remember the bloody films. That's my problem.
You see, this is good. We have actually seen enough films that this is actually harder than you think.
Yeah. Disaster management. 2012.
No, Chris?
No, they did have disaster management on that, didn't they?
Oh, right.
Was it The Day After Tomorrow?
No, it was Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds?
Yeah,
Have we
because
seen
my point was... Yeah, we did. We watched Thunderbirds. Episode 32. Okay, Chris. The opening titles are some of the worst I've ever seen. Who said that? About what?
I think that was me.
It was you again.
And...
Oh, I think I know, actually.
Shit. Was it Howard the Duck?
No. Do you want to steal, Sam?
Star Trek 5?
No, it was Superman, The Quest for Peace.
Superman.
Yeah.
It's a shame because Superman, like the original Superman, has got some of the best opening titles.
Totally, yeah.
If you carried on that quote, if we were playing that episode now,
Yeah.
that is exactly what you said next. So
We've got to start repeating ourselves.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Sam, everyone shouts in this film a lot. There's an awful lot of shouting going on. I don't like shouting. Calm down.
Oh, is that me?
It is you.
Yeah.
About what? About what?
A lot of shouting. I mean, I really don't like shouting.
No.
Oh, I'm going to double down on that.
Just to reiterate.
Yeah, in case you didn't realise. Transformers?
No. Do you want to try and steal, Chris?
No, I can't. I can't think of any shouting.
Tough, isn't it?
It was Real Steel. You didn't like the shouting in Real Steel.
They
no.
were shouting that
Like
like
hitting in that as well.
Yeah, so at this point, we're done one. The moment the scores stand, Chris has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Sam has 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's quite close. Okay, right, here we go. Chris, it was like everyone was wobbling all the time.
Wobbling.
Wobbling all the time. Like everyone was wobbling all the time.
I have no idea.
Who said it first? There's only 3 of us.
I'd say me.
You said it. Okay, that's what you're saying. About. Do you want to say about what?
No, because I've
Okay.
obviously got it wrong. So.
It's not you, no. Sam?
I'll say you said it.
It was me, yes. About what, though?
Mission to Mars?
No, Scanner Darkly.
They were wobbling all the time.
Wobbling all the time. Okay, well, Sam's pulled it back. It's 5-5 now. Right, so... Okay, Sam. And there were so many points where I was like, why isn't someone switching this off?
Chris?
No. Do you want to try it for the film?
Yeah, don't know. Stargate.
No. Okay, Chris, do you want to give that one a go?
Me?
Oh.
No, I just said that.
No.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it was me about war games, and I was saying why didn't they switch the computer off in war games?
Good point.
Okay, right, Chris. I think this is an easy one. I think it's a classic quote. I feel, but maybe not. Fuck this film. It just spits in your face.
That you probably?
Yes, me.
Because you get a bit irate.
I'm the swearer. Obviously, this is what this has proved. Yeah, it's 2 times I've sworn. About what though?
And something you were reasonably annoyed about. So, something about
No, Sam.
No, sorry.
Is that Indiana Jones?
No, it's Prometheus.
Prometheus. Shit.
Okay, right.
I'm not doing this with the list in front of me. Maybe I should have.
All right, Sam. I thought of a better story walking out of the cinema. Who said that?
Me.
Oh,
Chris.
It was Chris, but I'll let Sam say about what film.
Was that Prometheus again?
Yes, it was Prometheus.
Yeah.
Okay, well you get 1 point each for that. Okay, right. So back to Chris. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go. Okay. I haven't added the scores up. We'll keep it. Do you want to know what the scores are?
How much time did you spend on this? Listening to fucking
I had a very
episodes?
quiet day, I'll tell you that. It was very good fun. I recommend going back through them. It was good fun.
Oh, good.
Okay, right, Chris. Who's
Actually, Alex, you know that increase in downloads? It was you, wasn't it? That's what the spike was.
Yeah, maybe. Whose idea of the future was that?
I'd say Sam.
It is Sam.
And I'd say Dread. I don't know.
What?
Dread.
No.
I don't know. No.
What? Do you want to try and steal?
Theodore Rex.
No, it was Lawnmower Man.
Yeah.
Okay, right, Sam.
Good question.
So at the moment, Chris has 8 and you've got 6. So you've still got some time for this.
All right.
We go from this large idea of the planet all the way down to a technical issue with a boat.
I can't believe these things have happened. It's completely forgotten them even being a thing. Is that Chris?
It is Chris, obviously. Come on. It's got
Technical
to be
issue.
Chris.
Yeah.
I have to say, I've got some of the best shit going on here.
You've got some good quotes, haven't you?
It's very quotable.
And he's very quotable.
A technical issue with a boat from a large planet-sized thing.
To a technical issue with a boat. He's literally giving you the plot of the film there, I would say. Okay, I'm going to have to give it to
The
Chris.
Martian.
No, Chris, what was it?
2012.
It is 2012! Oh, of course it is. Okay, Chris. If there was a gun to my head, I would watch Transformers, but I would probably take the bullet before watching this again. Who said that?
We should get some posters up with these quotes.
Yeah. It's got to be Michael Bay film. And I'd say you.
Double wrong. This is bounce to Sam. Who said that about what?
Did I say it?
Oh!
Chris said it.
Yeah,
right.
But do you know about what for a point?
So it wasn't Transformers.
No.
Lost in Space?
It was Lost in Space! Oh, well done. Right. Okay, so you've got 8 now. Chris is on 9. It's your so this is the last one, in fact. This is the last one. So you can, if you get both these things, you can win.
Okay.
Okay. And I've ended on a classic, I feel. No one in this film was in any way like, I couldn't root for them. I couldn't feel anything other than disdain and sort of like, I don't want to ever see you people ever again. You're all terrible.
Is it me?
It is you.
Lots of likes in there, so I guess it was probably me.
But what is it about? To win this quiz, what film is that about?
Is that Armageddon?
No! Chris, do you know what it is to win the
I guess
game?
it's Scanner Darkly.
No! How could you all forget it was safety not guaranteed?
Oh, of course.
Oh, well, you end on a draw, which is beautiful. So there you go.
Fantastic.
So that was the quiz.
Great game.
That was good, yeah.
Yeah, it just shows how we've said a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. And a lot of nonsense too.
Yeah.
We should do some nonsense ones where it's just, who said that about what?
Well, yeah, it's good because we've seen it. Like I said, the ones about, like when you put in a disaster, you think, that's not that easy anymore because we've seen quite a lot of bad disaster films.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway,
Brilliant.
back
Good
to
work.
1984. We're in part 5, which is called How Many Fingers? And it's called that because basically now we basically enter a period where all that happens is John Hurt is horribly tortured while O'Brien just kind of... I mean, it's just really horrible, isn't it, this bit of the film? Like,
Relentless, yeah.
it's just relentless. He just tortures him. He just is trying to brainwash him. You get quite a lot of the really heavyweight ideas of how governments are all over people, about kind of... you get the line about, you know, if you want a vision of the future, Winston, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. It's just...
Which is a great line.
It's a great line. And
that's the best line.
And it is a great part of the film. It is just really, really hard to watch. I found it, like, yeah, it's just really...
Yeah, I mean, I was interested to know, like... Because obviously I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
And the book, it is... I mean, it's way longer than the book, because on for a long time, and it is super harrowing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm interested to know, like, both of you two, not knowing specifically what was coming up, like, how much of a... You know, how affecting is it seeing it first time? Is it, like, really...
Yeah.
Had you any inkling it was going to go this way? Did you think it was going to go this way into, like, torture?
I kind of thought it did. I mean, I'm with Chris here. I think because this film is so big, it kind of...
Yeah.
You couldn't... I didn't think it would be a happy film, even from that trailer we watched, like... But no, it's... I mean, everyone in it is acting brilliantly. Physically, how John Hurt looks is just like, you know, when he makes him look in the mirror, he looks like someone who's been tortured for like weeks and weeks, doesn't he? Like,
Like,
what did you think, Chris?
Yeah.
I think it was very powerful. I like the cutting away to like the green hillsides afterwards as well. That was quite good. I didn't really know what to expect, and so it kind of it's good when I've not seen a film like this important before.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it a
But then you feel
satisfying
like
way
everything else you've ever seen is
rips it off.
You're like, yeah,
yeah, hell yeah,
Totally, yeah. Especially next week's film.
Yeah.
But did you... I mean, were you satisfied that it went that way?
yes.
I think it had to go that way. It wouldn't have been any good if it was a kind of...
Yeah, the imagery was great. I mean,
yeah.
there's some... Yeah, there's... Yeah.
Because you think about it, like all the films that rip it off, I can't think of another film that basically just turns to one long torture scene for like 40 minutes.
Not really, no. Unless it's a horror film, and then that doesn't really count, because that's just a horror film, yeah.
What about Clockwork Orange? How's that end?
Oh, I suppose, actually.
The middle of that has got the big torture scene in it, I guess, yeah. Yeah, and I mean, there is parallels between that and this and Clockwork Orange, and it is the altering of someone's completely... I mean, they just completely turn him, don't they? I mean, the next section, which is the Room 101 bit, they completely turn him by showing him his greatest fear, which is what is in Room 101. It's not just a bunch of sad TV comedians moaning about things that they don't like.
Nick Hancock.
Yeah, Nick Hancock.
What happened to him, eh?
Yeah, well, you got put in Room 101, maybe.
I couldn't fucking stand Nick Hancock.
Really?
His voice.
I was actually going to say, to try and lighten the mood, what would you put in Room 101 in a TV sense, not in a kind of terrible, horrible film sense? But, you know, what would you put in a kind of throwaway, silly way?
What, related to films, you say?
No. Like, in the way... What would you put in there?
Bono,
okay. What would you put in there? What, phones on buses?
I'd put... if it's people, I'd put Madonna.
Oh, really?
Harsh.
The Kardashians. They go in.
I don't.
you, Alex?
I don't like Stephen Fry. I'd probably put him in there. Yeah, I don't.
I hope he doesn't listen to this.
Well, if he does, he could bloody tweet or something, help us out. You know, that's how much of an arsehole he is. If he's listening,
exactly.
Nick, help us. Jessica Chastain. I don't like Jessica Chastain either.
Who's that?
You know, the red-headed one in The Martian.
Yeah.
I really don't like her. I just find her, she just always...
Kate Blanchett, I don't like.
Oh, okay.
John Hurt, I don't particularly like, but that's a bit of a spoiler for the end of this podcast. But...
We're just saying people we don't like.
Yeah, we are just saying people we don't. Anyway, so kind of film-wise, it's a horrible, horrible, horrible ending, because in the end they turn him, don't they? And it's that horrible
the
bit.
rats in a cage.
The rats in the cage in his face is just it's just horrible. The way they've got those two, they're fighting. They're not even like. Sometimes you see films with animals, or like Indiana Jones, you're like, that rat's just a pet. That's not even. But these two rats are like, they're attacking each other, aren't they?
They go now,
like,
yeah.
oh, it's horrible. And he just starts screaming like, put Julia in here, it's her fault. And he just like, by that point, you are just like, oh god, they've broken him. Like, that is it now. And then you get the very, very end where he's in the cafe and you see his crimes he's done that video of all his crimes and have a meeting and it's just horrible. It's just all horrible, isn't it?
Do they make
Trigger
it clear?
comes back in.
Yeah.
Trigger.
Yeah, Trigger comes back in. Yeah.
Is it made clear in the film that he's going to die? Is that?
I assume because they say, don't they? At the very what O'Brien says is at the very point when you love Big Brother the most is when we'll put a bullet in your head. So I assumed...
So basically they let him back out for a bit and then they're going to kill him. That's the
I got that. When they've got enough information out of you and made you enough of a,
Yeah.
My only thing I thought might happen that didn't was that when they brought in all the people from the war that they'd captured and they were shooting them, I thought that it might be that there was no war, because I kind of thought there probably is no war, but that in the end that those, like, he may become one of those people, so it's almost like he then becomes a soldier that, like, so people think, oh, that's a soldier from the evil army. I thought it might be like that they were killing their own people under the pretense that they were from another country. That's the only thing I thought might happen. But yeah, it was. What do we overall think of it? So Chris, having never seen it and now not knowing the story or anything, what did you think of it overall?
Yeah, it's good. I know what people are talking about now.
Yeah.
No, it's I really liked it actually. I think I intend to give this a positive rating.
I mean, I definitely put it in it's in that small section of films, along with Requiem for a Dream and Dancer in the Dark, that I would never watch again, but I would think that people should watch, but I personally don't ever want to watch this again because it was so upsetting.
Requiem for a Dream. Don't bring it up.
No, sorry. And Sam, how does it hold up? Had you seen it before then?
Well, I didn't really like it.
What?
My problem with it is extremely close to the book.
Yeah.
It is pretty much the book. There's a few small differences. The only one that like really stands out is that at the end he actually says, "Big Brother, I love you." In this, he didn't. He looked away and cried, "I love you." So it's ambiguous as to does he love her or Big Brother. I don't know. I don't like John Hurt. That's my main problem. I don't think he's a good actor. I don't think he's good in anything.
You didn't like him in Contact. I do remember.
No, I never like him. I just don't. I can't see. It always looks like John Hurt putting on a role to me. His voice and like I think he overacts. I think you can just. There's some actors I can't unsee the actor. You know what I mean? Like I can't imagine a role. And for John Hurt, I just can't see him in anything. I think Alien's his best role.
Yeah,
and he's barely in that.
True.
So, so that's a problem for me straight away. I think it looked cheap. Everything looked small to me. But I think the problem with this is that because I've read the book a few times.
Yeah.
I've got an established view of what this world is in my head. You know what I mean? And it's not. It can't possibly live up to that because obviously your head's got no budget.
No.
I think. I mean, I was really, really, really down on it until it got to the torture bit, and I think Richard Burton is fantastic in it. He plays that part really well, and I think he saved a lot of it for me because I think it was. I also don't think they went far enough with the torture scene. I think it should have been longer. I think it should have been a lot more of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a really weird one. Like it's all right, but I don't like the soundtrack either.
No.
I didn't like the countryside bits. I didn't like the weird sort of need to linger on the nakedness when it didn't really matter or.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. There was a lot of nakedness that didn't seem to.
And like not making a point or anything, just like sort of like here's a girl's pubic hair because we can do it. It was. So yeah, I'm afraid for me it was. I was not that impressed at all, to be honest.
Okay,
Sorry.
So I guess the thing is, where are we going to rate it? Chris, where would you put it? You said you were kind of positive.
Yeah,
where would you want to put it?
I think I'd put it in the probably mid-30s, maybe.
So what kind of around Solaris level?
Yeah.
Round.
Yeah.
So kind of what, like
Westworld, one above.
30
No, not that's too high.
War of the Worlds is 36, like around. Batteries not included.
I would put it at 38.
38.
I love how quite often, Chris, you enjoy a film, don't really have any sort of criticisms of it, and it ends up down.
Well, you've got to take all this other good shit into account, right?
Yeah,
haven't you?
yeah. No, fair enough. Yeah.
If it was non-positive, it would be down in the.
Yeah,
80s,
that's fair enough.
Yeah.
It's just
No. It's lower than Muppets from Space at the moment, but
Absolutely, yeah. similar themes.
Yeah, I mean, it's that hard thing, isn't it? Because I remember a couple of times we've talked about films, and Chris has always said like, I would never watch it again, and the problem is I wouldn't watch this ever again. It was just too upsetting for me. So, and there's a lot of films on here I will watch again, and if it's watching again that makes a good film, then this is not.
No, I think you've got to go on this viewing, haven't you?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think he's right.
Because I think Requiem for a Dream is a great example of that's probably one of the best films I've ever seen in terms of impact.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's absolutely no way. Even what now? It must be like 20 years later, mustn't it? I'm never ever going to watch that film
God,
again.
no.
That last half an hour.
Yeah. No, don't.
I'm never going back.
Yeah, like you say, it's even upsetting. Like
think about it. Yeah.
I think I'm not adverse to where Chris is putting it. I have to say.
I was thinking 47.
Ooh, 47. Ooh, around Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
One above Star Trek: The Motion Picture, because this film was boring, but not that boring. That was my thinking.
Better than, is it better than War Games?
No.
What do you think, Chris?
I don't think it is.
No. Is it better than Star
I'm not
Trek
going to argue with Sam.
Is it better than the Star Trek: The Motion Picture, though?
Yes, it is.
Okay, you know what?
Star Trek: The Motion Picture is a quite poor film.
Yeah, I think
it's too high up.
Ultimately, we should defer to Sam because he's read the book.
That doesn't count, though.
No, but I do think that because I think that it's valid to say that if this is a great work of literary science fiction, people should really go out and read the book and not watch it.
I do think the book is so easy to read and it is so important, especially like you were saying, Chris, like how much stuff ripped it off and you don't even realise the level it's doing it. Yeah. The books like that as well, like it informed so much of what is. I mean, like the film we're going to watch next week, which is basically, this film's dirty laundry. There's so much of that around. I think it is worth watching. But I was going to defer upwards on the basis that I don't think it's necessarily fair to judge it on the book.
Okay.
Like I am.
Well,
because
maybe we should. How about in between then? Maybe we should just put it slap bang in between. So. Like what? 40?
40.
39. I love Tron. I'd rather it was below Tron, to be honest, but I don't mind.
It's better than Pacific Rim and District 9, I think.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, put it there then.
39? That sounds right, doesn't it? Yeah.
Lovely. Well, there you go. 1984. It's available now on Blu-ray. We're not sure what soundtrack is on it.
We missed the trick, haven't we? That should have been the 101st film, shouldn't it, really? It's a trick there.
No, silly us. You had some news, I think, Sam. Were you going to feed us some news?
I just wanted to...
some news speak. Give us some news speak.
Well, yeah, we've not spoken since the most exciting science fiction news of the year, at least for me. I just wanted to get your feelings on it. The news that the wonderful Sir Patrick Stewart is going to reprise his role as Jean-Luc Picard in the new limited series Star Trek series.
It's pretty good news. Even I
am so excited about. I just wonder what your feelings were about.
Well,
brilliant, fantastic.
It is brilliant.
Literally, they can make it. It can be as shit as you like, the show, because most of Star Trek Next Generation is, and he's still good.
No.
Especially the early seasons.
Yeah, a third of it's bad.
I know I'm not the biggest Trekkie here. I did watch a lot of Next Generation. Didn't it end with him on his vineyard in France?
Yeah.
Yeah, so is it going to be
that? No, I don't think
touring
it did.
vineyard?
No.
Oh, no, sorry, that's it doesn't.
That was an alternative universe.
Alternative universe, yeah. No, he's still in charge of the Enterprise.
Because they do the movies after that, remember?
Yeah, the film, yeah.
It finishes with Nemesis.
The last we've seen of him, Data's dead, isn't it? That's the last spoilers, but
Data's dead, but there's another copy of him. There's a copy of him.
That's like the... But no, I just love the idea...
And the Enterprise is just damaged.
Okay, good. Okay,
I mean, they've said he's not a captain, haven't they? And they said it is going to be set sort of 30 years later.
Oh, what's he going to be doing?
He's got an archaeology interest, hasn't he? He could be like an Indiana Jones in the Star Trek universe.
Sounds great. Yeah, no, I'm up for that. He's great.
I think they should make like a sort of Wire sort of series, like a very sort of intricate plotted series where he is kind of brought out of retirement against his will to investigate something going on Earth, and maybe he's got his vineyard, and he's sort of, he doesn't want to be there. And I mean, you've seen Logan, I presume, haven't you?
Not yet. No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh God, have you seen Logan, Chris?
Yes, yeah.
You know his role in that, like how he's like a past it. He does a really good job of playing a role he used to play, and he's
past that.
And he's
unlike
brilliant in
Shatner.
that. Totally, yeah. It's so exciting. And when you saw him coming out, I mean, he's 78 and he's in a good shape for a 78-year-old.
Yeah. No, he can totally do it. No, it's excellent news. It's good. Maybe we need
I hope some of the other cast pop up as well.
What? Sorry.
I hope some of the other casts pop up as well.
Oh yeah, I'd love to have a Riker or
surely they will.
Any of them.
I would have thought so.
I'd imagine. I probably think Data's probably the most likely one, isn't he? Because that was the.
But the problem is, he's aged a lot.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you can't hide that, can you? Yeah.
No.
But they're definitely like towards the end of the series in the films, especially. They were skewing towards the idea that he was the.
They should do a Moff Tarkin thing with Data, I think.
Yeah, I just want do you remember there's an episode of Next Generation where they went into like an alternate timeline when you had like fat future Riker with a big grey beard.
Yes, and that was the last episode, I think.
It is, I think, yeah. And there's a picture of him fishing on Twitter, and he looks just like that. So do it. I want that. Because he'd still be in the fleet when he'd been Admiral, still in the fleet.
Yeah.
And he'd be like going to get Picard out of retirement and be like, we need your help now. But oh my God, I can't wait. It's so exciting.
Okay, well, I guess we should. Yes, let's go to our future past selves to find out what's next week.
Hello, past, we're here.
Hi.
There we go. Last week we watched 1984. As Chris just mentioned, weeks ago, for you guys, this film's a bit similar. What is it, Chris?
It's Equilibrium. So...
Gun Qatar.
Yeah, there's a world. It's a bit dystopian. It's a bit like a 1984 world. Mm-hmm. But there's better hair. There's like an upper, what would you say, like a clergy of people, like an upper sort of level of people who control the world. Yeah. And they're pretty good gunfighters, and there's this martial art that they use called Gun Kata. And I'll tell you what it's like. There's a movie that's just come out. I saw it in Cannes, and it's the one with Michael Shannon. It's a remake. The one, it's basically the same story.
Fahrenheit 451.
Yeah. Basically, it's very similar to that, but better. This is, and it is. It's better. You haven't seen the new one?
And you mean the film? Sorry.
Yeah. Because they've got this Gun Kata stuff, so they go around destroying all sorts of art. Anyone you're not allowed to feel, and they're all on a drug which stops them feeling. And then you just scratch the surface. Turns out that a lot of people are not taking the drug, and then it all goes wrong. And Christian Bale tries to reach the top person, kind of like in Fahrenheit as well. So, yeah.
What's the film I'm thinking of with Sean Pertwee in, where he looks like he's in this film? Because I thought he was in this, but
Sean
he's not.
Pertwee's like on screens in this film. He's like the mother.
Yeah,
he's in it.
He's in this. Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't see him in the cast list.
A bit of Sean Pertwee.
IMDb.
Sean Bean's in this as well.
Yes.
Some lovely little Sean's in here.
Okay, let's watch a trailer for Equilibrium.
You cannot do this.
There's nothing we can't do. It's real. Burn it.
Cleric, I can only hope one day to be as uncompromising.
The Matrix has got a lot to answer for, hasn't it, really?
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw this film, Alex?
I'm really worried because I just used to love this so much. Like, I thought that Gun Carter thing was so cool. Like I'm really worried that it's not gonna. A long time ago. Yeah, I'm worried. Yeah. I'm worried now.
Yeah. Chris,
I don't know, like maybe 5 years ago, maybe, I don't know.
Recently, okay. Feel a bit better.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having some some memories destroyed there.
You used to like this one, I know you did.
When it came out, I liked it, yeah, and then I saw it like not that long after it, and thought that's the follow your youth, isn't it? It's dreadful,
man.
but anyway, we'll find out just how dreadful next time. Right, bye.
Bye. And we're back. Oh, interesting. So,
Do we have to cut there or not? No.
No. Equilibrium.
Equilibrium it is. Well, I'm glad we
so-
did this before we saw
so-
Equilibrium.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's you hosting that one, Chris. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Oh, what? Shit. Oh.
Well, you've got a week to sort it out, so it'll be
Yes,
okay.
definitely. A whole week.
Anyway, well, thank you very much. Well done. 100th episode. We should have some of those, like,
Hooray.
you pull a string and a load of balloons fall down. We should do that. But
Yeah, brilliant. Yay to us. Not 100,
Yay to
100th
us.
film, not episode.
100th
episode,
film, not 100
episode
episodes.
69, I think. So.
Ooh, there you go.
Hey.
Sex crime.
Hey.
It's going to be a long time until we do a 200th film because we've really reduced our turnover.
Yeah, we did help ourselves. We did get a bit of a boost on ourselves, didn't we, to get to
It'll be a year, won't it, I suppose?
Yes.
Doing 50. Oh, no, it'll be 2 years.
Yeah.
My maths was awful then. Yeah, it'll be 2 years to get this film to. Wow, bloody hell. We'll have to do some sort of quick fire week, won't we, to try and catch back up again or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. But
No,
we
we used
just
to do. Yeah.
say names of films and say numbers.
Yeah.
Don't
Shit.
even review them.
Bottom of
Just
the
shove them in. Yeah. Yes. Anyway.
We can do the Transformer sequels in a week, can't we? Because they're all
yeah, we
bobbins.
could.
They're all just bottom of the list. Done.
True.
Yeah.
I quite want to see that crazy one you were talking about with
Oh, and me, yeah. Anthony Hopkins in it.
yeah, maybe we should do that properly.
Yes, that's cool.
Okay, thank you very much. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.